Hotty Toddy, everybody. Everybody at Mirabella. I say Hotty Toddy because that's what they say here as a greeting. I mean, I haven't personally been greeted with a Hotty Toddy yet, but I've seen it on a number of t-shirts, and I've heard it said a number of times on YouTube for the videos that I've seen at the schools. So it sounds like a little bit like a vocal secret handshake. I don't know what it means, but Hotty Toddy to everybody there. I'm coming at you live from Ole Miss, the music school. And I was going to start in like in the middle of campus or something and show you guys around a little bit, but it looks, let's see if we can find a window here. It looks rather threatening outside. A storm can come up at any second, and I don't want to be caught up in all of that, but oh yeah, you can see if I show you out here now. It's coming down now, but it was very sunny today. And Hotty Toddy, welcome to the live stream. I don't know who's there, but if you're there, reveal yourself and say something in the chat. I was saying before that Hotty Toddy is the greeting, the Ole Miss greeting. Everybody is walking around Hotty Toddy, and you say back, well, Hotty Toddy. So I'm sure I'll be hearing that a lot. It's been very hot, as I know, you know, but also like 75, 80, 85% humidity. It's been a bit of a bath, but having the rain break already, I could feel outside. It's already feeling a lot better. Anyway, I'm gonna show you. So I was saying I was gonna show you outside a bit, the campus. It's a beautiful campus, but I'll wait for a sunnier day to do that. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Philip. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you both there. So what I thought I'd do is just give you a little bit of a tour of the school. Basically, I'm getting the tour the same time that you are. I arrived, this is day 4 for me, day 4 of day 5. I came to the school a couple days ago to pick up a couple pieces of mail that I need to get. And I just happened to run into the department chair, Nancy Mariah, who I've been in communication with for a long time. And we just happened to run into one another. So I was able to get my keys to the kingdom and get to meet her officially and all that. So why don't I show you? Right now I'm on the 2nd floor where my office is. And if we go down here, and my keys actually work, I can show you my office, which is right here. So welcome to my office. It's a very beautiful office. Welcome. Here it is, here's a shot. Gorgeous piano. And Amanda Johnston, who I'm replacing, is just a formidable musician and academic. She has a beautiful library of resources and a beautiful collection of music that she's generously offered to me for my use over the course of the semester. This gorgeous piano, I love it very much. Beautiful tone, and hopefully I'll be doing some concerts from here, and I'll be able to make the sound even better because I have a little gadget that connects right to my iPhone and improves the sound quite a bit. So I'm hoping that with your feedback that really the sound will be quite a bit improved for the purposes of making music. This room gets a ton of beautiful light when the sun is in fact out. But yeah, I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about my first few days at Ole Miss. It's been quite an experience, from the minute I got into the shuttle from the Memphis airport. the first message I got on my phone was a tornado alert, which of course I understand there are varying degrees of severity when it comes to, is the tornado, has it touched down? Is it an alert? Is it a warning? Or are there sirens? And that's really what we're looking for, are those sirens. So I understand the alert is just, it's been seen, but the likelihood of it actually touching down in Oxford actually here is rather rare. So thankfully I'm safe from that tornado alert. So after that harrowing incident, I arrived at my housing, which is basically, man, I had such a struggle finding housing, but fortunately, after a number of phone calls, found this rustic but on campus. It's basically student housing. I knew that it was furnished. I didn't know the degree to which it was furnished. I thought I read somewhere in there that there'd be bedding, but I got there, it was quite late and there wasn't, but I had just enough time to get an Uber to Walmart and get bedding for a nice twin size student dorm mattress. So I could sleep well that night. It's been great. I've been getting stuff for my apartment to make it feel more like home. The first night I was here, the guy who took me to Walmart in the Uber, his name's Bubba, and he was very helpful to me in sort of giving me the lay of the land, particularly when it comes to food in Oxford, Mississippi. Jackson Boulevard. For the first couple of days, I thought the only food really there was to be had was in Jackson Boulevard, which basically encompasses every single fast food restaurant you could possibly imagine is on that stretch. And but yesterday, I had a dinner with Amanda Johnston, Professor Amanda Johnston, who's going on sabbatical. She took me to this wonderful sushi restaurant called Jinsei. And here, for those of you who are just joining us, I'll show you, while I'm speaking, I'll show you the office a little bit. I love this space so much. Hey, I'm very much sporting the school colors right now, red and blue. And she told me all the best places to eat in Oxford, and she gave me a mini tour of the square, and it is so cute. They've got 3 really amazing bookstores, one where they have fairly high profile, here, I'll show you me again, authors who come in and read their own books on a weekly basis, and that's very exciting. Apparently it's quite a coup for Oxford, and just a beautiful, stunning, historic center. After the gym last night, I met a professor here who works in the education department. If you watched my earlier live stream, the test live stream, we were going for a walk in Whirlpool Trails. But last night we were talking, and I'd just come from the gym, and I really wanted a cookie so badly. And he said, well, there's an insomnia cookies in the square. I said, well, if I run to the square, I can have my cookie. So I ran to the square. Of course, it was Saturday night, and it's hopping, and it will be hopping even more with students, because this is kind of the calm before the storm. Tomorrow, I think, begins rush for the sororities and fraternities. So I'm already seeing a ton of, and I live right by Fraternity Row, so I'm sure I'll hear all about it. But that's a big deal here, huge deal here. From what I understand, there's quite a steep dropout in the first couple of weeks of school, that if they don't make rush, or they don't get into their respective sororities or fraternities, that instead of staying in school and trying again the following year, they just forego, they just try again the next year. They just don't go to school. So imagine that. Hi, newcomers. So I got my cookie, and then he picked me up and we drove to see a meteor shower just outside of town. That's one of the cool things about being out here, is that you don't have to drive too far till it gets really dark. And we went with this dog Luke and saw this meteor shower. So it's good. We're making friends. And tomorrow they have not faculty orientation, but a faculty retreat. So I'm going to meet the entire faculty of music. And so that'll be a lot of fun. Now they have some wonderful people and people that have already reached out to me. So I'm really excited about that. I had a phone call with the head of collaborative piano, which is a relatively new program here, Adrienne Park. And she gave me the lay of the land. I'm really, it's a bit of a steep learning curve when it comes to all the administrative work, but I think I'm going to learn a lot, especially in this retreat, sort of learning how people, on one end can band together in order to sort of, have a collective goal in mind in terms of supporting the students here. But also, starting from that point and then being able to solve, the little things that actually, make this whole place run. And collaborative piano, which is like my official title is, even though I'm doing mostly vocal and opera, is instructor of collaborative piano. And it's those collaborative piano programs at universities that, really help the machine of the music school run. So I'm really excited to meet everybody tomorrow and learn how everything works, because honestly, right now, what's making me nervous has nothing to do with teaching the classes, working with the students. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. But, the administrative responsibility, it seems a bit overwhelming right now, but I'm sure we'll get the handle of it and the hang of it, and just carving out a little time every day to be making sure that I'm top of all those emails and that everything's in order so that we can have the space to make the art that we want to make. So it's been really a wonderful few days. Already met some people and things are about to get crazy. I can feel it. So I'm happy that I arrived here a little bit earlier, in order to, I really needed that time for sure, just to get acclimatized and get stuff from my apartment, because it had nothing. I've already done a whole bunch of meal prep, which is new. Actually, it's been a lot of fun in the kitchen, no meal plan here. So, or at least one that I want to buy into. So it's been fun. I've been cooking chicken and veggies and freezing them. I have about 20 quart-sized bags of meals ready to go. So anyway, is anybody, who's all in here? I wish I could see who's in the watching the stream. I see 7 people here, which is great for the first stream. Of course, this will be available afterwards. It just gets archived, and I think as people get used to learning how to access the YouTube channel and these things get ironed out, we'll hopefully get, I want to keep people in the loop about what's going on. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. So I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything major, probably, but it'll come out. I'm going to do laundry tonight. Head into the laundromat. That'll be very fun. I'm sure that'll be a good place to maybe carve out my email answering time. So, did I mention the first night, I had ordered an Uber to Walmart. I might have dropped this thread, and the guy who picked me up, his name is William, but he said, call me Bubba. Oh, hey, Steve Harris. He's here. Thank you for making yourself known. So this is Bubba, and Bubba told me all about, I told you this, told me all about the places to eat, and it was late, and I was so hungry. He took me to this place, one of the, maybe the only, or one of maybe 2 or 3 places that are open very late, called Cookout. And, just a huge menu, burgers and fries type thing, and he was so nice, basically just turned the meter off there, and I got him a milkshake, And I got my fix for that night. And then he actually, my my AirPods dropped out in his car after I left, and he was kind enough to come back later that night, very late, to return them to me. And he said, you know, if you ever need a ride again, he goes, we can go off the app. He goes, I'll charge you 75% of whatever Uber be charging you. And I've taken him up on that. I've needed to take several trips in order to get some things, and I think I might even call him again tonight, just, this while I'm getting organized to get my laundry done, especially since it's raining pretty hard. And otherwise, the first day I was here, got my student card. Oh, student card? No, I'm faculty. Just something to get used to, because they'll all be calling me Professor Shannon. That's very strange to me, but I'm going to have to learn to wear that quick, because that's how they do things here. Anyway, I got my card. I rented a bike. They have a wonderful bike rental program. $30 for the whole semester. You have a bike. And so that'll be perfect for me to get around campus. Discovering the gyms. I miss you guys at the gym so much. I miss Brian's workouts. I got a couple recorded on my phone, but it's just not the same without all my gym peeps. I almost missed that more than the music. Don't tell anybody. So I'm sure there'll be lots more to tell you. School hasn't even started, and I feel like it's been very eventful so far, but everyone's been so warm and welcoming, and apparently, it's one thing that's kind of strange here, for me anyway. I'm no stranger to niceness, because, well, Canada. I find Canada has two brands of niceness. The first brand of niceness is the kind of passive-aggressive niceness. That's most of Canada. And then the other is this sort of pure, genuine East Coast, Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, the maritime provinces niceness, which is just they'd open their home to a stranger. And but here, it's another brand altogether. It is people are incredibly polite. It's almost eerie, and I'm not sure why I find it so uneasy. It's something to get used to. But I was told that the students here are incredibly polite, and easy to work with. Because it's not, a lot of these people, come from rural Mississippi. They Zach Salzburg Frank is in the chat. You'll be seeing him pretty soon if you're coming in for the chorus. Hey, Zach. So I was talking to Amanda last night, and she was telling me how it's really exciting to work with these kids, especially those who are coming from maybe rural Mississippi, because they all have these sort of diamond in the rough kind of voices where they haven't been toyed with by too many teachers. They are not overly self-conscious about, the sounds that they're producing. And so she says it's a real joy to work with these people because they're open-minded. There's no pretense. I've already heard one who I'm doing a recital with, and you'll really enjoy that. Her name's Zoe. And I listened to a recording of her from when she was 16 years old. This was like a decade ago almost. And she sounded at 16 like a major talent. I'm talking like the top. And I can only imagine what she must sound like today. 10 years later, it was wild. I'll have to share you a clip from this competition she was doing in Miami, because I haven't been that excited in a really long time. So I can't wait to work with her, and I'm sure the other students are really lovely. Just trying to greet the storm, the oncoming storm, literally outside and figuratively in the next week or so, with an open heart and a clear mind, and taking care of myself so I can take care of these kids. I feel more than ever maybe a certain kind of responsibility to these students. I mean, I feel like I've always felt that to some degree, but this feels different somehow. So I'm sure that will become clearer and clearer to me as the semester goes on. But it's been great chatting with you guys. I mean, it's great talking at you. As we keep going, feel free to, and get used to this whole live stream business. Feel free to, write in the chat and ask me any kind of questions you want. Otherwise, as I said, this would be available to you after the stream. It just automatically gets uploaded to the Mirabella AIR YouTube channel. So if you have any questions after the fact, after you've watched it in the future, just shoot me an email. I'm happy to chat with you that way. And let me think. Yeah, and I think these little vlogs will be different lengths depending on what's going on. Maybe sometimes right now we're going on over 20 minutes. Maybe sometimes they'll be 5 or 10 minutes. You never know. So maybe I'll take you on a whole day. Isn't that wild? I've been thinking about that. It would be kind of fun. It'd be like the life in a day. But I'm hoping to bring you some coachings, like some live coachings with student permission. For sure be live streaming you some student recitals. There'll be at least 2. And since tonight I heard upwards of 4 that I'll be responsible for. So again, with, barring permission from the students, I'd love to be able to ideally have you gather in the auditorium to experience this. So we're getting Trevor on the case to make sure that it's easy for you guys to access all of that material. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great chatting with you guys. I feel your presence, and I already miss you a great deal. I'm looking forward to, I'll be back physically before you know it. I come back to do chorus on September 8th. I believe a concert is in the works, hopefully with all of the AIRs together on the 10th. And I'll see you on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I'll end the live stream here, but thanks for tuning in. Those of you who've been with me, this whole time, and for those of you who will see it later, I'll see you all soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.